Hey guys, how about a little Sunday morning unboxing? I believe this is the Philco radio that I'm going to take the IF transformers out of to repair the Western Air Patrol. Lots and lots of newspaper used to package this radio. Alright, that was just poking a little fun at Banderson TV, Bob Anderson. Love his videos, love his work, very meticulous. Should check him out if you don't already. I know most all the vintage electronics people subscribe to him, but if you don't, check him out. So here it is. And cold turkey, I'm not even going to stop the damn tape. I'm just going to plug it in. Just plug it in and see what happens.
Either earplugs in, or mufflers on, or blenders on. You know, it's like, you know, it was designed as a budget threat, not as a budget strategy. And I think all of us understand if it goes forward in less than 3 weeks, it's going to have a dramatic negative impact on many agencies, equally important on the economy.
Senator Durbin and Congressman Potter appearing on NBC's Meet the Press. On La Palma in the Canary Islands, a lifeboat fell upside down from the Thompson Majesty cruise ship during a safety
In New York to take on the Knicks. The senator wants to know what Obama was doing during the time of the attack and whether he was in touch with Libyan officials. President Obama is expected to call for new spending on education during his State of the Union address.
I like these little cheesy star things. Anyway, this thing is going to get raped of its IF transformer. So let's get it opened up and get a schematic. Check this out. It's been recapped. And one speaker is made in the USA and the other speaker is made in Japan. I don't know what that's about. I guess this is a half and half. Anyway, I cannot find a stupid model number on this thing. Okay, the next step with these, as I've gone through looking at the bottom here and looking at the schematic, and I've labeled all these pins. So, like, That would be detector and ground, and that would be B plus and the plate. And then this one would be the grid and the converter plate, and B plus, and then the IF grid. Alright, so both of the Philco IF transformers have been installed into the Western Air Patrol, and what I think is correct. And let's just plug it in and see what happens. Here we go. There we go. I don't even know if I have the speaker hooked up right, because I had to use a resistor instead of the field coil. Oh, wow.
All kinds of tax increases. If you can't see the writing on the wall, you need to wake up. And if you put money into things that are tax-free. Now, David Walker, the former comptroller for the General Accountability
Got
Office,
some antenna.
who just recently spoke to financial advisors who understand what I teach, was admonishing those people, hey, you need to get yourself grandfathered, because we, referring to Congress, always have grandfathered people who have maximum funded insurance contracts. They will accumulate money tax-free. Only the brand new ones, after the law is passed, would have to maybe be subject to tax. Now, that hasn't been passed. It's not on the fathering. Five numbers, and I can usually, from just knowing those five.
And then there's the electric marble Chevy Volt. You can go up to 35 miles before using a drop of gas. Right now, every Chevy has excellent offers. Financing, great leases, or terrific cash back. Title license, dealer fees, and optional extra. Looking for great...
That's like the AGC, that's the gain control.
Pizza Hut believes you should get exactly what you want. That's why Pizza Hut
Tone.
$10 any pizza deal. Get any size pizza, any toppings on our...
Of course, the dial cord has to be tightened up.
It was a standard, it was in the manual, standard procedure.
It's the heel of the rim. Rebound Rapido. Indiana 70, Ohio State.
Poniendo ahí en la cruz, porque eran los peores malvados que podía haber, a los que crucificaban.
19 juntos.
You know, it almost has the feel like those IF transformers are a little bit, the bandwidth of them is a little bit too tight for this radio. I mean, it's, you know, of course I'm turning the capacitor directly, but there's no width to the selectivity is just super tight on it.
Showing any signs of fatigue.
CBS.com.
Well, greetings everybody.
I'm CBS 2 weathercaster Kai Goldberg. Keep the jackets handy today. Temperatures are going to be on the cool side, and we're still dealing with waves of cloud cover that'll continue to roll through the Southland for the remainder of the day today.
Oh, cut it out.
Monday morning. Only looking for daytime highs today in the mid to the upper 50s. We need to try to in high deserts. I'm CBS 2 weathercaster Kai Goldberg with your KNX 1070 News Radio forecast.
KNX 1070 AM and HD, AMP HD2 Los Angeles. Listen weekday mornings at 7:40.
Players have ever done what he's done over these past 4 games. One of them, you coached, Amari Stoudemire, had a run into. I'm not asking you to take it by a pig in a poke. You could try this.
Suddenly, the lead is down to 10. 4 quick points by Ohio State.
Three of the top 4 awards are at the Grammys tonight.
Well, the sensitivity is kind of crappy, but you know what? It probably hasn't been aligned in 80 years, so let's try the shortwave. Try one of the shortwave bands just for the fun of it, since we're just wasting video here.
A member of the classic rock group The Band will be remembered.
One of the most moving moments tonight will be a tribute to Levon Helm, members of the band, and they're going to have an all-star cast performing The Wait, which I think is going to be a great moment tonight. They always have one of these moments where you go back in time, back 20, 30.
That's one shortwave. There's the other shortwave right there. Don't see anything there. I see one of the pointers is broken off this. There should be another pointer down here. I need to put those grommets in. See, we got ground and then 2 antenna connections.
King's line. Clary check.
Let me fire up the signal generator. Let me see, what do we have? What will this thing do? This thing does... Looks like it goes from 1.7 megahertz to, it looks like almost continuous coverage all the way up to 18 megahertz. It goes from 550 kilohertz all the way up to 18 megahertz. Let me fire up the signal generator and see if it's... Someone had mentioned that the shortwave might have been terminated during the war. Let me check that. Alright, we got some Mrs. Miller rolling on into the signal generator. So we're on AM modulation. Let's start out on the broadcast band. Find a dead spot near the middle, and we'll go down to 854 kilohertz. Shirley doesn't seem to like that too much. Can you see the eye in this thing? I can actually close that eye up by just cramming power into it, the signal generator. Okay, so that's on 903 kilohertz. So let's go to this band, whatever that is, and we'll just go for it. Here, we'll just start. We'll start going up. There. Boy, there's a massive lack of sensitivity if I'm on, because I'm 30 dB higher there than I was on AM. Which, what's interesting, if that's accurate, I'm on 2.9 megahertz here, and I'm on 2.9 megahertz there. So is the dial indicator actually accurate? So let's go to this next band. Let me spray this damn thing. Okay, well that made a huge difference spraying the RF gain pot. Okay. Alright, so now we're on the high band, which, if this is accurate, that should be about 9 megahertz. So let's go up to 9 on here. Come on. Let's see. Wow, look at that. Let's see what else we've got on here. Oh, here we go. So I wonder how sensitive these are to Well, not bad. Not bad. At least I've had a semi-successful fix here. The last 2 or 3 things I've worked on have been complete basket cases. That thing's nice and hot. So it looks like the Western Air Patrol is up and running on all bands. Let's kill the signal generator and see if I can get... It'd be nice to get something on shortwave that I'm not broadcasting. Well, I'm sure it just needs an alignment and it would bring it right out. What's interesting is the IF being shifted from 460 to 455, and I haven't touched any of this alignment. The dial is right on. You think it would shift it quite a bit, but apparently not. So anyway, the next video on this will probably be in a couple weeks. I'll get the grommets put in and get it aligned and get it back in the cabinet, and it'll be ready to go home. I'm sure its owner will be quite happy to see it work again after so many years.
I love to open the broadcast, especially on the Sunday transmission, with the words of Thomas Jefferson. It's like dumping an ocean of holy water on Count Dracula. It is, to the order of 10, the equivalent of drawing your fingernails across a chalkboard for authoritarian control freak sycophants worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for joining us on this Sunday, February 10th, 2013, global transmission. We have a very important broadcast lined up for you yet again today. For all of our AM and FM affiliates across the United States and people listening to the internet streams at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, as well as viewers at InfoWarsNews.com, thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me just do this. Let me just try to just go over some headlines for you and then dive in to the top stories that are military, economic, and authoritarian in nature, dealing with domestic drones, Pentagon drones being used now in the manhunt for the reported rampaging former cop shooting people. And the police are keep shooting vehicles that aren't even the same color or make and model. They've now attacked. They're saying a second, but from my reading, it's the third vehicle that looks nothing like it. I mean, you could be driving it.
So this is the Alex Jones Show on 9.35 megahertz, and this is broadcast out of Tennessee, WWCR.
That's what NASA says, using the timing of the fact that it was at its speed of 17,000 miles an hour. That's about 15 minutes away from the Earth, or inside the main belt of satellites. The asteroid is also 17,000 miles away when it passes, not just moving that fast. So NASA says everything's going to be absolutely A-okay. And I couldn't believe them, because if we were really afraid at the beginning, they wouldn't be telling us about it.
So what I did is I went through and I aligned this.
So they've been tracking asteroids.
And as you can hear, the performance is quite good for these tacked in IF transformers. So this is shortwave, 9.3 megahertz, receiving a station out of Nashville.
The storm that has hit the Northeast has killed approximately 10 people and left millions without power, stranded 700,000 individuals. And my only question is this: why is FEMA again putting up signs outside their offices saying closed for the storm? I thought they're the people that are going to protect us. Winter storm areas, Northeast, about 700,000 powerless on us, stranded. New Englanders are digging out 3 feet of snow.
One thing that's kind of irritating with this is it's so narrow. The band pass of those transformers is so narrow. The tuning is so touchy.
To Nemo, the storm. Every time there's bad weather, Alvord says pay carbon credits.
Go up here and see if I can get WWV.
I doubt you'll be up in the mountains in your bunker with all the food you need and your beautiful wife and your dog.
That's WWV.
Come on, Alex. Let's get rid of Arab dictators. Let's get rid of them and then put the Muslim Brotherhood in.
So that's shortwave. That's the 5.5 megahertz to 18 megahertz band. Let's go back down to broadcast. One thing I noticed with this is because it doesn't really have an AGC, it has a manual gain control. These stations that are real strong, you have to back the gain off or it overloads.
Tres palabras, máquinas. Tienes más de 2.500 máquinas tragamonedas, cientos de ellas nuevas con tus juegos favoritos. Número 2, quédate.
Señor Julie South, hoy en día es indispensable que tu negocio tenga una...
Increase the deficit in the short run the next 4 years until we get back to full employment, and then really... I'm telling you, 50, 60 miles to the gallon is what I was sitting with. Both the Yukon and the Escalade. But I kind of got a heavy foot too. You could probably do a little bit better than that. With the rebates, we know the 20... Yeah, she's clueless. Absolutely right. And there's no wills.
There we go, breaking it down for you. Straight ahead. We'll tell you, that NFL star, it could be moved.
You know what? I don't even have an antenna connected to the AM. I have the antenna connected to the shortwave right now. Oh, maybe they use the same antenna. Maybe the other band is. So there it is. Looks good to go. Shortwave works. AM works good. Excellent performance. My only issue with it is the narrow bandwidth, but there's nothing we can really do with that. Just have to get the dial cord nice and tight, and that way it should be easy to, you know, precisely tune it right where you need to. This is your brain. This is your brain on AM radio. I think we all need to just bask in the silver mica disease and bad electrolytics for a few minutes.